My 38th birthday began quietly. No balloons, no breakfast in bed, not even a card. Just Bianca. Stepping out of the shower, steam wrapping around her like she was leaving a DVD on the nightstand. She looked at me, her eyes barely meeting mine, and said, "Remember Dad made the dinner reservation for 7Y. Then she closed the bathroom door. By now, I'd learned not to have high expectations from this family or from her. Still, a part of me wished I had taken a shower, gotten dressed, stared in the mirror a little longer than I should have before buttoning up the only shirt she once complimented. Said the collar made me look less exhausted. The rooftop restaurant was marble elegance and glistening glass. Exactly what you'd expect from the Maddox family. They knew who paid the bill, and it wasn't me. So even though I was dressed better than half the guests, I was greeted by name, without warmth. Spotted them at a long, white-draped table overlooking the city skyline. The patriarch, Gregory Maddox, was already halfway through a scotch. Bianca's golden boy brother lounged back, swirling his glass like it owed him answers. Bianca sat between them, radiant as always, sipping champagne, laughing at something. "Oh, the man of the hour!" Gregory boomed as I approached, waving me over like a waiter. "Happy 38, son." He usually said that with a smirk. I returned the smile, nodded, and sat down. Bianca leaned in and kissed my cheek, her lips colder than the weather. "Well," she chirped, "we bought you something to help with your future plans." She reached into her expensive bag and handed me a small, shiny packet. I opened it, slowly. A $10 grocery store coupon. Expired. I blinked. Looked at her. She giggled. "This might help," she said. "Since your business goals, well, you know." Gregory chuckled. Deep, amused, cruel. "Exhale, Bianca. Be nice," he muttered, eyes dancing. "But really, what was it again? Some digital bullshit? Please." A server came by, paused when she saw what was in my hand, and walked away, suppressing laughter. I looked at the voucher again. The corners were ragged. She had pulled it from some garbage drawer on purpose. "Come on," Bianca prodded. "Lighten up. It's just a joke." Was it? I folded the voucher, carefully, and slid it into my pocket like it was a $1 million check. "You're right," I said, lifting my glass. "Thanks for the inspiration." Silas rolled his eyes. Always so dramatic. Dinner came, prime rib, seared scallops, truffle oil on greens, a feast for a king. If that king's crown had been swapped for a dunce cap, Bianca was giggling about a PR campaign. Silas was rambling about stock options. Gregory bragged about a beach house no one had seen. None of them knew what I had received that morning. An email from Naomi. "Congratulations. You now own 52% of Maddox Industries." I read it 3 times in the dim light of our bedroom. I didn't smile. I didn't need to. The strength of the moment wasn't in joy. It was in silence. Later, when Bianca's mother Lorraine called to toast my failure, I was already standing on a mountain they couldn't see. Bianca raised her glass. "Yes, please," she said softly, hoping the evening wouldn't turn unpleasant. Too late. I stood. Didn't need the napkin that fell from my lap. "Thank you all for coming," I said. My voice was nearly steady. Bianca tilted her head, confused. She knew how much this dinner meant to her family, to me. "I've learned a lot these past few years," I said. "About business, about family, about how people treat you when they think you're losing." I paused, watching Silas shift in his chair. "And how they change when they realize you were never losing at all." I raised my glass. "To clarity and extremely expensive mistakes." Bianca scowled. Gregory stared. Silas laughed. But no one asked what I meant. They weren't ready to believe I was the man with answers. But they gave me that present, the expired coupon, mocking me, underestimating me. They had no idea. Bianca had already forgotten it by dessert. But I hadn't. The edges of that paper still scratched against my pocket like a match. 4 words, stuck with me. "You're not Maddox material." That was Gregory's verdict, delivered like a guillotine. I was 27, wearing a clearance rack suit, pitch deck in one hand, rejection in the other. Bianca rolled her eyes before the elevator. Doors closed. "It's just business," she whispered. But I took it personally, not with anger, with purpose. They thought my story ended that day. What they didn't know is rejection makes fertile soil. That same afternoon, I filed for an LLC, Whitest. Stone Holdings. The name came from a street sign I passed during my temp job in college. I wore thrift store suits, not to save money, but to blend in. The more they saw me, the less they noticed. I ate canned soup, drove a rusted Corolla with one mirror. Bianca joked that I was LARPing as a failed entrepreneur. She didn't see the invoices, didn't understand ghost shell transactions, acquisition papers, tax shields, holding companies. While Gregory held court and Silas blogged boat parties, I studied undervalued assets, gathered the broken bones of forgotten buildings and dormant LLCs, all with one thing in common: Maddox Industries. At first, it felt like catching a tidal wave with a spoon, but every time Bianca called me her hobby husband, every slight she delivered in public, every party she hosted for people she considered beneath her, I collected leverage. She was too busy climbing the Maddox PR ladder to notice, too busy misspelling innovation on press releases. Board members quietly shifted under new names: Brunwick Trust, Alderbridge Capital, Keystone Circle, all mine. 5 years. No spotlight, no birthdays, no weekends, only spreadsheets and silence. Then one cold winter night I found it, buried in an old stockholder agreement. Minority owners could trigger a vote once their stake hit 48%. I had 44%. For the first time in years, I didn't feel tired. I felt dangerous. Naomi joined me soon after, sharp, smart, ruthless. We met in parking lots, hotel lobbies, over encrypted calls. Every paper, every coded file brought us closer. I remember the night Silas called me charity case at a family party. Bianca didn't flinch. Lorraine smiled that passive mother smile. I smiled too, and poured another drink. Let them laugh. They had no idea I was already unscrewing the bolts under their empire. I used to rehearse a dramatic speech, a big mic drop moment. But when the day came, I realized I didn't need to shout. As I sit on the edge of this bed that expired